Hey, War Pugs. So, I think this goes without saying there are spiders in this. This is SCP-1470, the Telepathic Spider. It's a neutralized SCP, so that means something has happened to it to where it's no longer up any kind of priority. I'm guessing somebody hit with a can of Raid. I already don't like spiders. I think it would screw my life up permanently if one ever started talking to me. I'm just saying, there are things in life that I do not need, Warpugs. A spider that speaks to my mind, that is something I definitely don't need. Put it on a list of no. Just no. Shutting up. This was made by TheVolgun, was requested by Toa Ben. Let's get into it. The Telepathic Spider. I almost smacked myself in the face. That's how this night is going. Let's go.
My name is Dr. Miller.
Hi, Dr. Miller.
The SCP we're going to be studying today is SCP-1470.
All right.
Object class, neutralized. Formerly safe.
Formerly
Special
safe,
containment
okay.
procedures. The remains of SCP-1470 have been laid to rest in a small plastic case within the podium section of its terrarium. The terrarium is to remain stocked with salticids and the offspring of SCP-1470 and observed. Pending the end of quarantine period, these offspring may be introduced to the wild if no anomalous behavior is detected. All personnel have been cleared of quarantine after exposure to SCP-1470 with no ill effects.
Okay.
Previous containment procedures ended May 7th, 2008.
Huh.
SCP-1470 is housed in a soundproof terrarium measuring 0.75 by 2 meters, 0.6
That's
meters
a large
tall.
case.
The terrarium includes a small source of fresh running water and includes flora common to the Australian state of Queensland, the northeast.
Of course. Of course. The telepathic spider would come from Australia.
Eastern corner of the terrarium has been modified to allow for communication with SCP-1470. This location is referred to as the podium. SCP-1470 appreciates regular contact and is scheduled for interviews 3 times daily, allowing for a regular nocturnal sleep schedule. If personnel wish to conduct an unscheduled interview with SCP-1470 for any reason, they may do so by entering the chamber and vocalizing their intent to speak with SCP-1470, which will enter the podium or respond as it is able. It is not necessary to speak verbally when communicating with SCP-1470, but vocalization of words helps to convey meaning more clearly than thinking of abstract concepts and allows for easier transcription of communication. SCP-1470 is not capable of understanding the range of human thought, so it is highly recommended that researchers only use basic concepts and short statements.
Okay.
SCP-1470's terrarium should be stocked with a monitored population of mundane salticids, web-building spiders, and their own prey insects to serve as prey for SCP-1470.
Okay.
The best way to distinguish SCP-1470 from other salticids within the terrarium is to ask it to wave its arms. Personnel working with SCP-1470 must report for psychological screening on a weekly basis, for a period no less than a year after exposure. Description: SCP-1470 was a male fringed jumping spider, Portia fimbriata.
I don't... this is going to make me feel bad when it talks about... because I got a feeling this thing's wholesome, but now we have a spider that can leap long distances and can speak into your mind. That's wonderful.
Recovered from Queensland, Australia.
No.
Its body measures 6.3 millimeters.
Oh, he's a tiny
In
guy.
life, SCP-1470 was sapient and capable of telepathic communication with other sapient beings at a range of approximately 9 meters. Although SCP-1470 was otherwise not notably different from other members of its species in behavior or physiology.
Okay.
The Queensland population of Portia fimbriata has already been observed to be more intelligent than other spiders in its ability to solve problems and employ unique hunting tactics to capture its prey, which primarily consists of other spiders. Both of the web-spinning varieties and other members of the Salticidae family to which they belong. Apart from its ability to communicate with research personnel, SCP-1470 displayed no behavior that was deviant from what is typical of the Queensland variant of Portia fimbriata.
Well,
However,
hell,
due to its
okay.
anomalous ability to communicate, it is not recommended that any conclusions about the species be drawn based on the experiences with SCP-1470. Communication. SCP-1470's method of telepathic broadcast appears to assign terms on a best fit basis within the minds which receive its communications. When SCP-1470 refers to parts of its own body which do not directly correspond to human anatomy, the terms are adjusted based on its content.
Oh.
For example, while leg is a straightforward translation, references to SCP-1470's palp were typically perceived as arm by researchers. Refer to the following statement received after an unsuccessful attempt to introduce SCP-1470 to a mate.
What?
I went at the bloody harlot, waving my arms around to let her know what's what. But she wasn't having none of it. She smacked her lips at me and gave me a good drumming with her arms and legs. And I know, it was because of that hideous red stripe you asked to put on me ass. It really makes a fella stand out in ways he's not supposed to.
What the hell? Are you sure this isn't a joke, SCP?
Those two. You know, those savages might not notice it much, but you can't fool a proper lady. So anyway, I had to tie a bungee and make a jump for it, before sailing back to me tent to nurse me pride.
Nice.
As is typical of statements made by SCP-1470, it was perceived in a way that could almost be spoken by another human. It was also typical to perceive these statements in a strong regional dialect. Note, however, that harlot was used as a derogatory term and does not imply prostitution, a concept alien to Portia fimbriata. Lips refer to the chelicerae, where a spider's fangs are stored. Arms refer to the palps bordering the mouth, which are larger in males and used for display purposes. In this case, they were used to make the female aware of SCP-1470's presence and lack of intent to harm her.
Lovely.
Arse refers to abdomen and the red stripe that was painted there at one time to distinguish SCP-1470 from other spiders. Tie a bungee refers to laying down a safety line of silk before making a jump off to the surface the spiders were located on. And sailing is a straightforward description of drifting down on a loose strand of silk while airborne. Likewise, tent refers to SCP-1470's web, a structure used purely for shelter.
This took a turn I didn't quite expect it to, but I am very amused now.
The red stripe was removed from SCP-1470 afterward, and a less mature female was introduced to the terrarium. The following excerpt was taken from the subsequent interview.
Hey, not so loud, mate. You'll wake the little Sheila. Your interaction with her seemed to go better. How was she doing? She was pretty scared when she got tossed out here by those big predators. At least, I think she was. She can't talk to me like we can talk. None of them ever can. But she shows me she cares in her own way. She asked me back to her place, and we're going to stay there until she's ready. Ready for what? You know, can't be a gentleman if we talk about it so plainly, you know? Not the way you guys do. Anyway, I guess I should say thank you. It's not what I wanted, but it'll do. You told me you wanted a mate. I told you I wanted a wife.
God.
Is a friend.
Of course.
We're mates, right? You're fun to talk to, but I wanted someone I could look in the eyes while I talk to them.
Nice.
We've never found anyone else that can talk like you do. Well, that's what separates us from the savages, right? You mean your prey species?
Huh.
Right. You're different from them, because you can talk like I do. I would never eat something that could talk. She can't talk, but I can tell she's like me. Just needs time to grow some. That'll be very soon. She'll probably catch more savages than me, too. We'll have good children, if that big old harlot keeps her distance. We've removed her from the area. I hope you didn't hurt her.
Note that Cohabitation in the same web between a male and a sexually immature female is not uncommon in Portia fimbriata. The female's maturity was reached within the next 2 weeks, and SCP-1470 left the web after copulating.
Okay.
As is normal for the species, the female did not devour or kill SCP-1470.
Good.
The following is excerpts from the final interview.
Hey, is anyone out there? Hello, I'm here. We're just doing some work in your enclosure. What? The podium? It's enclosed, but I don't see you in here. I'm outside your podium. The podium doesn't have an outside, you daft bint. How come I can't get outside it? Do you see me waving my arm at you?
This is a note from Dr. Westington. Unintelligible, wordless dread would be the most apt description of what I felt from SCP-1470, which fled the podium shortly thereafter, in a manner that suggested it was trying to avoid a predator. Portia fimbriata has excellent vision, although at a very short range. SCP-1470 had reacted to us visually before, but never in such a manner that suggested it realized we were the beings speaking with it.
Oh, okay.
I will not hurt you. We like talking with you and we want you to live. I never realized you were so big. How can anything be so big?
Huh.
This is another note from Dr. Westington. SCP-1470 refuses to communicate for 2 hours. I remained at the podium, attempting to coax him back into interaction.
I'm sorry. I just thought we were like each other. But that you just wanted to stay hidden because I'm kind of the king of the jungle around here. At least I thought I was.
He saw them and got scared.
Maybe I should have. We've tried hard not to alarm you. What are you? I don't have any answers to that which will make sense to you. But I understand you were scared. I've been scared too. By things that are as big to me as I am to you.
Yeah.
That hurts to think about. I understand that too.
Huh.
The children won't talk to me. But the ones that lived are doing alright. I guess that isn't important to something like you, though. It will be my job to watch them. We were hoping they could talk like you do. You and me both. I'm pretty tired and itchy now. I want to change my coat, but I can't. Sorry for getting all weird on you earlier. I just wanted you to know that it was nice to talk to someone while it lasted.
Note from Dr. Westington. SCP-1470 lived for a total of 3 months in Foundation custody before perishing of natural causes. He was not fully mature at the time of containment, so his total lifespan was estimated to be approximately 4 months.
What? This is surprisingly wholesome.
Okay, that about does it for today. Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are. Go away. I'm kidding. Goodbye.
Guys, this was surprisingly wholesome. I didn't expect this. I thought it was going to be something much different. I thought there was going to be, philosophical questions. No, it was just a regular dude who just happened to be a spider. It was just a regular dude. I would take the spider out for a beer. Just saying. Just saying. He just a regular old guy. Just never seen anybody before. It freaked him out when he saw the research, and I can imagine why. Because the spiders, good God, we must be mammoth, just unrelentingly huge. Imagine, if you will, like a spider as tiny as that one, standing next to a human. It would feel like looking up at a walking Sears Tower. Just no good whatsoever. Like, I would never want to be that size standing next to something the size as me. Because if that thing wants you gone, you know you're gone. There's nothing you can do about it. Guys, TheVolgun once again delivers a wonderfully voice-acted SCP. I hope to one day put some stuff out there that has hit me the same way, that hits people the same way that some of his stuff has hit me. And I really enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I was going to. I didn't know it was I expected so much more different than what I've gotten. And that's one of the great things about SCP for me, is how often I'm surprised by what's in it. I expected this thing to be talking about all sorts of mad stuff, and then finally somebody, a D class would squish it or something. That was just my general outthought. But I'm a brick, so that's how that rolls. Guys, subscribe to TheVolgun if you haven't yet. Check out the links in the description below for a link to his channel and to his merch, because he has some nice looking stuff out there. I plan on getting my hands on some of it soon. As far as I go, I have my own merch store down below with stuff done by Valk. I'm going to be adding some stuff to it at some point before the heat death of the universe, guys. I keep on talking about stuff I want to do, and I never have enough time in the day. It just is the nature of the beast. For all of you that are wondering, the Hospitaller is doing well. She is really fed up with being off her feet, though. She's really fed up with that. But she is doing well. Thanks everyone for your well wishes in that regard. If you'd like to help out the channel, the best way to do that is just hit the like button and leave a comment down below if you like this video. Tell me what you think this was going to be before it started. If you'd like to support the channel, there are other means. I have a Patreon. Of course, there's merch by Valk down below. I will catch you guys next time, and I am out of here. I just hope I don't spend the rest of the night trying to find out where the spider is, because I don't like videos about bugs, because, for whatever reason, I start watching a video about a bug, and then I feel like I have it crawling on me. No. Just no.